I'm Max Lopez, and this is a Blue Wave. JD Vance has gotten turned away from a restaurant after there seems to be some confusion in not knowing that he was going to show up, causing him to not be able to enter the restaurant and being forced to awkwardly speak to supporters outside. So before we look at that video, please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, share with someone who's into politics. It helps YouTube take my channel more seriously and spread the word to more and more people. So let's go ahead and look at this video here of JD Vance trying to visit a restaurant and being turned away. And then we're going to look at a statement from the restaurant.
It's a riot. The manager went outside, told them they need to leave. They will call the police if he comes south. Unfortunately, he cannot come in. So what's going to happen is that they're going to take down our name, all our information, so the next time the kitchen crew's running out because everyone's canceling their orders. Everyone just cancel all the orders, and we're just paying for what we drank, and then everyone's leaving. But yes, unfortunately, Vance cannot come out of his car, cannot shake our hands because Primanti's Brothers does not want him in here whatsoever. So that is what's happening.
That we leave.
Yep.
We are now banned from Primanti Brothers.
Yep. Terrible. So there's the BP. This is as close as we're going to get to him.
They will call.
Outside the parking lot, we're taking names and phone numbers of everybody's food.
Absolutely.
We paid for everybody's food. We gave him a nice tip. And of course, when I gave him a nice tip, I said, no taxes on tip. God bless you. So, it's all right. Don't hold it against her. She just got a little nervous, but it's a great local business. Let's keep on supporting it. And most importantly, November 5th or before, go vote. Let's go win this thing.
Oh my gosh. So, wow. Who can forget JD Vance's recent visit to a donut shop where he interacted with an employee that did not want to be seen on camera with him, and where he awkwardly asked, get me just whatever makes sense for some donuts, because obviously that's what everyone says when they go in and order donuts. Just give me what makes sense. Wow. This is very basic stuff. And the fact that this is being messed up in a country where 72 million people voted for Donald Trump in 2020 is astounding, because here's all what you need to do. You need to find a red county or a red city, a very Republican favoring part of the country. Call around to some different restaurants and say, hey, this is the Donald Trump campaign. Are you Trump supporters? And are you willing to have us show up at your restaurant and do a public appearance? I'm sure you would be able to find quite a number of restaurants that would go, woohoo, yes, we are Trump supporters. Yes, you can come at this time on this day. And then what you do is, if you're an owner or manager of that restaurant, what you would do is you would tell your employees, hey, Donald Trump's campaign is going to come by on this time, on this day, and they're going to do a campaign event. Is anyone willing to speak to the cameras? Is anybody willing to express their support for Trump, or is anybody willing to interact with the campaign? Hey, you might find some people that are willing to do that. And then you might even have them practice a little bit and come up with some things that they're going to say about how much better the country is going to be off under Trump than it would be under Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. That's all you really have to do. And I'm sure that there are thousands and thousands of restaurants that are already willing and able to do exactly something like that. The fact that JD Vance keeps showing up at these places where he is not wanted and people are not aware that he is going to come, is astounding showcase of incompetence from the Trump campaign. Let's go ahead and read this statement here that the restaurant released after this whole fiasco happened. So the restaurant is called the Primanti Bros Restaurant and Bar, and this is what they had to say. Primanti's prides itself on being a staple of the Pittsburgh community and a proud American business that has hosted sitting presidents, politicians, and political candidates from across the spectrum for over 90 years. Our doors are open to all patrons who wish to dine with us. Without any advance notice, today's campaign stop caused some momentary confusion for our staff. However, Senator Vance and his team were welcomed into our restaurant shortly after and engaged with our guests inside and on the property. Senator Vance's supportive comments that our manager got a little nervous given the Secret Service, police, and crowd accurately reflect the nature of what occurred, and we are glad that it was resolved quickly. So this is a restaurant that has had visits from politicians in the past, apparently. And if you don't want to put as much effort into doing something that I just described and giving a little training to some of the employees that are going to show on camera or whatnot, you don't even have to do that. Here's what you have to do in this case. Call ahead to the restaurant. Tell them this is Donald Trump's campaign. This is JD Vance. We are going to stop by at this time. And boom, this whole fiasco is completely avoided by doing something as simple as that. But when it comes down to it, the Republicans, they seem to lack respect of people's space, of people's time, of people's schedules. And Donald Trump really seems to kind of have enforced and emboldened this attitude amongst people in the right of that they can just kind of barrel their way through things and don't have to worry about logistics and respect other people's time and respect other people's property, because they can kind of just do whatever the heck they want whenever the heck they want, because they were emboldened to do that by Donald Trump winning the election and becoming president. But when you have this attitude all the time, it leads to stuff like this, where a simple phone call, calling the restaurant, saying, we're going to come by at this time, and all of this is avoided. This is not a story at all, but now what we're left with here is videos of JD Vance awkwardly telling a crowd of supporters who were turned away from being inside the restaurant that he in fact is not allowed inside because of the unexpected nature of his visit. It's just absolutely silly. Again, in a country where 72 million people voted for Donald Trump, you can't find a single restaurant out there that's willing to have you come and is expecting you to come and not have it turn into a fiasco. I mean, it just shows a real lack of basic competence that exists in Donald Trump's campaign. Not that I'm complaining, because it's going to make Donald Trump's campaign all the easier to defeat is stuff like this. So that's all I got for you guys in this one. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, share with someone who's into politics, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Have a great rest of your day. Take care.